Right over here, right below the Gambler 500 logo.
This posted all over your Facebook now. Gambler 500.
Oh, this is gonna be all over.
Ken, I appreciate it so much. No, I appreciate it, Ken. Thank you.
Thanks for being a fan.
Alright, so I'm going to show you guys kind of a couple different steps that I'm doing right here to be able to do these stripes. For the first ones, I just went ahead and laid them down by eye. Just looked at some photos online, kind of got some points of reference on this vehicle to do it off of. Obviously, this is a different shape than a Cosworth, so it's not going to look exactly like Ken Blocks' car, but you'll be able to get the idea. So these three stripes right here, like I said, these are the blues. So these are just the three Rust-Oleum blues that they had. Harbor blue, sail blue, and the middle one will be Maui blue. What I do then is I go ahead, taped off this stripe, so that way I don't get any paint on it. I'm doing kind of two at a time, just because I angle the nozzle away from the other one, and it's just faster and easier to do it that way, and quite honestly I don't care enough to do them individually. So what I'm doing right now is I am doing my measurements for where I want this stripe to be. First stripe I'm doing, I've got it, it's going to be 8 inches, the second one will be 6, the third one will be 5, the fourth one will be 3, and the last one will be 2. How I came up with those measurements, made them up. So basically looked at some photos online, kind of got an idea. It kind of goes from bigger to smaller, and I just kind of made the numbers up. So I'm measuring for this is going to be that purple chrome stripe that's in here. I'm measuring 3 inches, just putting a little dot with this Sharpie, so in that way I can have a reference point for when I'm laying that piece of tape down. So we'll go ahead and start up here at the top too. That just gives me something to look at for when I'm laying it, because you're going over a rounded surface, so it kind of moves and everything in different ways. I just want to make sure that the width stays pretty well standard. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and lay down the tape line. I've got some frog tape, which is some nicer stuff. Unfortunately, I only have one roll of that, and I'm going to probably save the rest of it for when I do the actual color sides. That way I get a nice clean line with that. This Rust-Oleum, this blue painter's tape works just fine for the Rust-Oleum, just because the Rust-Oleum is so thick. So it doesn't go underneath the it very much. So I'm going between two of my markings here. That at least gives me a starting point so I can walk my short ass over to the other side. Alright. Now I like to pull it all the way out and kind of lower it down. I'll be honest with you, you're going to spend 10 times more time taping than you are actually painting. And you're going to go through quite a few rolls of these. I actually spent more money on tape than I did on paint. To give you an idea. If you want to learn how to actually paint a car, go watch another video. I'm not actually any good at this. Like if you want to professionally paint a car. This is perfect if you're building a Gambler. So it's all about what kind of finish you want. And for me, the finish I want is the cheapest possible. Alright, so now we've got the areas cleaned and prepped. Basically, I went over them with a paper towel with some acetone on it, just to go ahead and get off any extra dirt or anything that was still left over contaminant-wise on the actual hood. Now, they do make things like tack cloths and everything for these to do a much better job than this, but I have paper towel laying around, so that's what we're using. Up on the hood, I've got all the colors that I'm using for this entire project. Again, 3 Rust-Oleum colors are the 3 colors that they sell that are in this blue. So it's Sail Blue, Maui Blue, and Harbor Blue. Then for the purple stripe, that's going to be a little bit shiny, I got a Rust-Oleum metallic finish. I'll lay that down first to kind of give me a chrome color, and then I'm putting this Duplicolor metal cast anodized coating over the top of it. So that chrome should shine through there and make that thing really pop and look nice. For the dark stripe, the one that actually looks really good, is the Sonic Blue Pearl. So I guess it's originally a Ford color, that's what I'm using there. Then for the side that's white, I've got white. This is pure white, so I guess any white would actually work. And then for the sides, I've got graphite metallic. I think it's a Chrysler color. So those are the paints that I'm using. Each one of these was 10 bucks. There's 20 bucks there. This was on sale for 5 bucks. These are both about 7 bucks a piece, I think, and then those are all 5 bucks a piece. So really, when you break it down, the tape is going to cost you more than the actual paint. So we'll go ahead and start getting these things sprayed on. I always wear a respirator just because I want to live longer than 40 years. So do the same thing. Get yourself a respirator. This is a respirator. Those little dust masks, they don't actually hold out any fumes or anything. So right now, this first one we're going to be doing is this middle paint color right here. We'll go ahead and spray on a couple of coats. I'll let that set up. Then I'll spray this one. Let that set up. Give it probably about 10 minutes. Come out, do another coat. Do each one again, and then we should be good. Should be able to take off the paint. I'm actually doing the entire car, so there's a stripe on each side, one on the trunk, and then one up here. So I'm going to be going around and doing it. But once you've seen this done once, you pretty well get the idea. So again, right before I start, I go through, make sure all of my lines are down, all of my tape lines are nice and set. Get my nice oily hands all over the paint again, so that way all the cleaning that I did is completely useless. Here we go. Alright, now I'm back and we go ahead and do a second coat. I think really we only just need the one coat of the silver over here. That's just to give me a base to actually spray the purple over the top. So I think that's probably fine. Again, we'll let that set up. I'm going to give that paint a couple more minutes to dry, just because I'm putting a different color over the top. I need to make sure, I don't think I want it to be tacky. I think I actually want it to harden a little bit. So we'll go ahead and let those both set, probably give it about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next one. But what people also don't tell you is you're going to spend all of your time taping, and then you're going to spend all of your time waiting for paint to dry. Alright, so we got a couple more coats on here. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this thing purple. Now, I've never used this product before, so I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but we'll see. Ooh, that is bright purple. The nozzle on this thing sucks. It's kind of translucent, so you need to be able to lay it down in a nice fan pattern, but this thing just kind of sprays like you're spraying sunscreen. And I'm not going to get too much on there. I'm sure it probably looks pretty nice on camera, and that's all that matters. So we'll go ahead and let that dry. I got to do the other sides. I may throw down an additional coat after I kind of tack stuff so I can see what it looks like. We'll do the other sides, and then we get to pull off all the tape and get to take a look at what our stripe pattern is looking like. Alright, so everything's pretty well tacked up. Kind of sticky. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the paint or the tape while it's still kind of tacky. That way I don't end up with any real sharp ridges. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. I really just want to see how it looks, so go ahead and get started with this. Yeah. And that looks pretty good. So we got our 4 colors here. We've got a 5th one that's going to go right here. That's the thinnest one. I need to make sure that this dries overnight though before I can actually put tape on it so that way I can mask it off. This one dried overnight and I still ended up with pulling up a little bit of the paint, but for the most part, I think to say, let me get this thing in. That's pretty cool. So definitely got some nice metallic out of that purple stripe there, and we'll go ahead and, as you can see, I'm also doing the sides simultaneously, so same process. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of it pulled off, take a look at it, go from there. Alright, that's one can. One can basically equals one coat. So, reminder, I gotta do both corners though. So, realistically, I'm gonna go through probably 4 of these cans for the dark parts, just because it's the largest. For the white, I ended up using 3. Alright, so it's the next day, all of this has hardened. Our next step is to go ahead and spray some clear. Out of all the stuff that I've cheaped out on this project, the one thing I'm not cheaping out is actually the clear coat. So this is a Spray Max 2K clear glass, or clear glamour. This is a 2-part spray paint, as you see on the bottom of this, or it's a 2-part clear, sorry. So there's 2 ball bearings in there, there's 2 separate sections of the can. You take this plunger, put it on the bottom, push it down, it mixes the 2, you got about 30 minutes to shoot the stuff, and it gives you a true clear coat. So like a hard, nice, clear coat that's actually going to last a while, not like the normal spray can type stuff. It also gives a really nice deep shine to it. So even though I've cut corners and this may look kind of halfway decent, when I get this stuff on, it'll be a good 20-footer, which is all I really care about. And quite honestly, it's a gambler car, so I'm already investing way more money than I should be into this thing. Let's go ahead and spray this on, and we'll go from there. Alright, well there's a lesson in life. This is looking great, except for the fact that apparently this clear coat has some kind of reaction with this teal color that I put down. So that sucks. You can see everywhere where it started kind of... Oh, I'm just having no luck with this paint job. Luckily over here I didn't spray it. So, let's learn. Alright, so that clear actually looks pretty awesome except for the part that it ruined over there. Now to unmask the car. And there you have it. One poorly done Hoonigan rally car / race car / incapable Miata. Hope you guys enjoyed.